This year's from Collider. It must be from about December 31st or January 1st because it says 21 hours ago when I found it. It's called Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom passes the Marvel's lifetime haul at the global box office. Wow, it looks like Aquaman 2 passed another flop. Even though it's sinking domestically, Aquaman 2 seems to be generating interest in overseas markets, predominantly China. I didn't hear about that. I mean, it's making some money, but not really. Not enough. Not enough yet to get any profit. And I thought that was kind of the point. Before I keep going, big shout out to Gene Wood here. Thank you for that $20 donation. It was the last donation of 2023. I can't thank you enough. Happy New Year to you and everyone else watching. So it begins. Though several other movies saw bumps in revenue, both big and small, over the extended New Year's weekend, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom just managed to stay afloat as it enters 2024. All these words and metaphors. It's sinking, it stayed afloat. Alright, guys, good writing. Ha ha. Crossing the 250 million milestone, the superhero sequel has garnered a not too shabby 258 million globally, taking it past the Marvel's 205 million lifetime total. But let's not forget, it came out on the 22nd. Now it's going to be the second. That's 10 days already. So it's getting close to the finish line, I think. I mean, if it has double the time, it's not going to double that. They still need 410 to make the money back. But okay, 258 ain't like a total tank, but not good. Nothing even near a success yet. It's now slightly above the bottom of the barrel. Aquaman 2 delivered one of the lowest views in the checkered history of the now defunct DC Extended Universe, and it seems like the mixed reviews and plentiful alternatives on offer have impacted the film's performance, especially in the domestic market. Wait a minute, there weren't a lot of great alternatives. It was competing with Wonka and a couple of other things I can't remember exactly what they were. And I guess kind of competing with the Marvels, which is another flop, like I said. So who cares if it beats that or that beats it? Whatever. Aquaman 2 is yet to pass the $80 million mark stateside in 10 days of release. That is pretty crummy. However, the DC film is being saved by overseas markets where it's generated 173 million so far, most of it coming from China. However, at this point, there can only be so much more air left in its lungs. The best that it can conceivably do is surpass the lifetime global haul of fellow superhero underperformer, The Flash, at 270 million. Alright, I was wrong, man. They're saying it's only going to get another 12 million? Sheesh. That's pretty fishy. That's pretty flappy. And there's no market, or a very small market. There's my jokes, Collider. Aquaman 2 can find some solace in the fact it has now outperformed the recent DC duds Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Blue Beetle, both of which were also impacted by the perceived behind-the-scenes chaos that has consumed the franchise. But who gives a shit? If it doesn't make a profit, what's the difference if it passes the other flops or not? If it does get about 270, let's say even 300 million, it still loses a little over 100 mil. So yay! It passed the duds, Shazam and Blue Beetle. Started a decade ago with the Man of Steel, the DCEU experienced major ups and downs with a revolving door of executives assuming control and then jumping ship. The highly publicized reboot under the stewardship of James Gunn and Peter Safran essentially spelled doom for the old leadership's remaining films. We're not super concerned about that. The stories, the leadership, whatever. We know a certain mirrors in the movie, which is not helping anything, and I guess in China, the Depp vs. Heard case was not so big, and I'm not going to assume so many Chinese people, no offense if you're Chinese, and I'm sure many Chinese are Johnny fans, but in general, as far as Chinese natives living in the country, probably don't have a big dog in the fight and don't care so much. So, mirror or not, yeah, they'll just see it. That's my personal opinion. Once again, no offense, but I'm just saying, that's how it would seem. I mean, hey, I'm here in Japan, and the case kind of got out here. Some papers, some people knew that thing that happened with Johnny's ex-wife, but I'm not sure it would cause people to not see the movie. Right, okay, Collider has a few shills in their ranks. Aquaman 2 didn't wash the sour taste of superhero movies off the audience's mouth, blaming other things for the failure. Of course, it wasn't Aquaman 2, it was the sour taste of superhero movies. If sci-fi movies were doing terrible, but then Dune came along, it would do great. No matter what. It was just great. But if it's not good and the genre's doing bad, well, of course, it's not gonna float. Ha ha, there's another joke. They go on to say that the movie quality is excellent, but the average viewer just doesn't care, kind of implying the bad taste of the superhero movie, but I think it was the bad taste of the flappy, fishy market in the movie. At least, partially. Anyway, that's about it. We're pretty much at the end here. Like they said, there's not much time left, and they're only at 258 million, so it looks like it might lose money. Solo: A Star Wars Story lost 50 million, so let's see what we could do here. If you're not subscribed, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.